but I guess okay.
So
Water or something or
one
like
chair. Pan.
water would be great. Yeah, let's have a shot.
Let's have a shot so we
Let's
really
do-
talk.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Bring it out of there.
So I'm not very good.
I don't drink anymore, so this will be really fun.
Oh my god. I shot her, but I
See?
host
Sir?
it? Yeah. You want me to be
Because I'm not very good at this.
Let me hook it up. Thank you for getting all this young stuff.
Absolutely. Alright, so.
Oh sure.
Salamat.
That's amazing. Are you shotting?
Yeah.
No.
I'm not either, man.
So I recommend for the first timers,
Well, I mean,
just
first time
try to wear the headphones. That way, we will not be interrupting each other, but at the same time, you will actually feel how you sound
Okay.
and how this whole experience goes.
Cool.
Yeah. But then if you don't like it, you can take it off.
Sounds good.
So the idea is, I want to see your face. So that means I want that mic a little bit to the side.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sound
Yeah,
like
and
a
I want to
plan?
keep the mic about fist distance. Yeah.
'Kay.
So,
Cool.
how do you hear yourself?
Great.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome, Krystal.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for visiting our little Bay Vibes
Absolutely.
situation here. So, it's really nice to meet you. Thanks for coming. She's coming all the way from Reno. Krystal is an artist.
Yeah.
All right. Let's hear about it.
Yeah. I do a whole lot. I write poetry. I produce events. I act. I assistant direct. I paint. Put together gallery shows. I sculpt every once in a while. And if there's a fun project that I don't have skills for, I usually just give it a shot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do here, too.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's awesome. So, how long have you been doing art?
Well, I always say that I was raised by a really creative mother who decided to have children instead of being an artist, and so my life was always really drenched in art. But I didn't start pursuing it until after COVID. So I've been at it for about 4 years now. Since then, I went from being so terrified. Ooh, tequila. Being so terrified of speaking in front of people that I literally ditched AP finals and got letter grade jobs to not speak in front of people, to now my entire career is like being on a stage, being in front of the camera. Shared poetry for the first time.
No, that's yours too.
Oh, I get two. Oh,
Oh
thank
my God.
you. Yay.
So you do it as a guest and for the host, too.
Oh, I see. This is going to get interesting.
This is going to get interesting in a very short amount of
In
time.
a very
right?
short amount of time. Yes. Okay, we're going to do that.
All right. There you go. Do we need like some water or something?
Oh yeah.
Do we need some water?
I'm okay.
All right. Oh my God. This is yep.
That was a moment, though.
This is serious.
I feel like I'm in high school. Okay. Yeah, so in the last 4 years, I've gone from being very shy, very introverted, to publishing my first poetry book, releasing my first feature-length film as a lead actor, acting on countless sets as lead, support, and then also assistant directing. And then also had the opportunity to help my partner, Pan, who does amazing large projects, and got to help with the most recent installation of Upside Down Land in Reno, and that was phenomenal.
Upside Down Land.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
It is such a joy. So Upside Down Land is Pan's inception, and it is this made-up land where he tells his son bedtime stories every night. And the little boy goes into Upside Down Land, and they go on these wild, mystical adventures, seeing these crazy characters, and like fighting evil, and good always wins. So about 2 years ago, he built the first immersive around that, and it was Upside Down Land, just that solid title. And we got to introduce it to Reno and to the world in this very physical way. So a bedtime story has come to life. And then now we got to triple its size in the same facility, doing the basement, outside sculpture gardens, and all of this different type of media to bring about and alive bedtime stories that he's been telling his son since his son was 3. So for me, as a girlfriend and a partner, just watching him tell his son these really sweet bedtime stories was so heartwarming. And then to see that again, like take like the ultimate step further. Like, can you imagine being a child and your dad building the bedtime stories that you've been learning about since you were small? So amazing to watch his son go through and like give tours and tell the stories. It's so I kind of like why we make art is to make those connections from our dreamland and for like the little person inside of us and making it real in the world. Yeah.
How big are we talking, the scale-wise?
It's 20,000 square feet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
That's crazy. And
he'll be able to tell you a lot about
you
that.
You
Yeah.
can do that in Reno, right? Mm-hmm. Like the availability of stuff there, right?
Absolutely.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Now I want to move to Nevada. All right, let's open a studio in Nevada.
You're
wow.
here.
So yeah, Bay vibes. Basically, trying to I don't know, do what I like to do, which is like capturing people on camera and capturing characters.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and back in the days, movies was also like we're also inspired by people, by characters, right? Mm-hmm. So like they see a character and they write a movie about that character, and then maybe some people will play that character. But now with the podcasting, it's like you can actually experience the character.
Totally.
Raw.
Yeah.
And no edits, right? Mm-hmm. So
I love
that's
that.
very, very awesome. Like we're finally at the point, like this cinematography used to be like very fictional, and then we're at the point like this AI is fictionalized everything, and people probably less interested in that. They want to see real people, because I think that's what always going to be interesting to people, other people.
Totally. I couldn't agree more. For me, a lot of the soul of my work comes back to the human experience and being able to convey to people these threads of what being alive is and how it feels and how we can be connected through those things, because there's a lot of distractions in the world, and distractions can be fun. Like, yeah, go on the adventure, have, the detour. And also, I think sometimes we get lost in this world of distraction, so much so that we forget that the person next to us is experiencing a very similar alive human experience. And that's what poetry does for me. And even when I get to be on stage, or I get to act on camera, I feel that like honesty coming through, and I think it is at least for me, one of the main reasons why I gravitate towards art, and I think people gravitate towards art, because it gives us that like reminder that we are all genuinely connected, and this human experience isn't like a lonesome one, Yeah.
Interesting. I've heard this concept, right, where all that are experiencing itself in little pieces.
Yeah, the wave in the ocean. Yeah. Absolutely. No, we're definitely, I think, especially in this day and age where we have organized religion is less of a common staple because of various reasons that we don't necessarily have to get into. People don't have this overarching umbrella that makes them feel in a community. And so, yeah, like getting told those fables, those reminders that we are all one, or we are all connected in some way, I think is super vital to being energized as a human being, being inspired as a human being, and being able to take that energy to a level of creation, becoming the artist, of feeling empowered to change the world and to make impact and to love the people around you well. We have to like first feed the root, the foundation of what we are, with that reminder that we aren't alone, that we are all really a part of a greater whole in this community or metaphysic ocean, you know?
Wow. Your energy is very like, I don't know, like so cool that I'm like very like scared to, like this is like cherishing moment, for me.
Oh, that is very
Yeah,
kind
very
of you to
cherishing.
say.
Like I'm like, all right, this is cool. This is cool. Like I'm like really, literally like just like at a loss. I'm not at a loss of words. I could interrupt you and say stuff, but I just don't want to. I just want to like, this is cool. This is cool. This is cool. This is cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love words. It's my first medium. But yeah, brings me a lot of joy.
All right. How about
Yeah.
a little bit of poetry?
Ooh.
The one that you love the most. It doesn't have to be long. It could be short.
Okay, let me see if I can do this from memory. See.
You could go from the memory, or you could go from the heart.
I hope you know that you can do this, that you were made for this, that this life, in all its stillness, no matter how fast the Big Bang seems to push us, is exactly what we wished for. In the cosmic womb of before this, we dreamt of such chaos. We knew of the mindless gifts of bliss. I hope you know it's worth it. That's just a tiny quote from a 100-page poem.
That was
I
awesome.
hope. I don't memorize often, but if you want something longer, I have.
All
I have
right.
books. I have books.
I want more. I want more. I like.
You want to hand me my phone?
I was like. Yeah.
It's in my purse.
That was awesome. Energy, delivery. I mean, everything's there.
That's one that I recite to myself a lot. It's
You can do this.
my yeah, my poetry definitely. I get the question a lot. They're like, but you do all these things. What's your favorite? And I'm like, oh, that's not like picking children, man. You can't do that. But poetry has always been the thing that felt like the reason why I'm here. Like if there was no internet and nobody to buy my work or anything, like I would still write poetry because I need it. I need it to like communicate with myself.
Yeah.
And yeah, I find that it's integral to who I am as a being. So you want another piece?
Sure.
Yeah? Okay. This one's called Run Your Own Race. Run your own race. Or even better, explore your own path. Don't sit and dally under the indulgence of doubt that you should, by some inexplicable miracle, be living someone else's life. Live your life. And when you feel your muscles freeze, because change is embroidered on the wind and the motion is that of a ship readying to seize, breathe. Or laugh. Or jump up and down like a child, lay belly flat on the earth, seek out blades of grass to push between your toes when you feel your muscles freeze. And your mind tells you to pay mind and continue on as the bull must in search of red, or through china shops, or in conversations where correctness isn't as important as understanding, when your muscles freeze. And your mind says, keep going, but going feels like walking on a broken heel or without a roadmap, or because you're so terrified of the shadows of this moment that moving on becomes more about getting away than getting to. Run your own race. Or even better, explore your own path. Move with curiosity dripping from the honeydew in your eyes. Stop when the bull sees red. Before you walk on broken glass or run away from the truth disguised as monsters in the shadows, stop when moving forward is more about escaping understanding than it is searching for understanding. Be curious about what puts your freedom in lockboxes. Because it is so rarely an actual lockbox that hides your essence away. It is so often the dark corners of our mind that labels circumstance a dictator of possibility, when possibility is the never-ending menu of what we can choose. Choose what feels good to you while you explore your own path, or run your own race, or pet the bull-headed fear of generations as they nap on the pine needles and nervous system regulation. Choose what feels good to you as your embodiment proves the theorem of revolution. Nike said to keep going. Wisdom says we've been running in the wrong direction. History says that true revolutionaries don't make it in the book because it's not the one on the front lines who changed everything. It is the one who stopped running long enough to pick a new direction. Run your own race. Or better yet, explore your own path.
Let's do it.
All right.
Thank
I
you,
just
thank
want to make sure we're rolling the audio, right? I just want to make sure that we capture this. Let me check real quick.
No worries.
Can you do it again?
No.
Same pattern.
It's just sometimes I just get caught up in this moment, and then all of a sudden to realize that it wasn't recorded. That's
Yeah. No worries at all.
awesome. What can I say? It almost felt like a clip, you know, that you like been trying to like rehearse all like, until we get the good shot. But it was just one take.
Oh,
Right?
I do spend a lot of my time on camera. Yeah.
Oh, so you actually read on camera like your poems all the
Oh
time?
yeah, I
Oh.
share my poetry on social media, and like we were talking about before, in October I
Do you want a drink or something? Water? Can
Water
we
would
get
be
water?
great.
Can we
Thank
get
you.
water? Because she's
We have tequila.
We have tequila.
no, she
I will,
no, she got
I will fight you both.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, she definitely needs some water.
I'm getting over a cold.
Is it cold?
Huh?
Is it cold?
Oh no, I'm fine.
Oh,
No,
okay.
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
Yeah, so I like in October I spent the majority of it on set for a feature-length film, and I was ADing and also acting. And this morning we were on the news in Reno, and I just spent a big part of my career is standing on stage or like speaking into a microphone
That
for
is
some
so
reason.
cool.
Yeah, which is great. Like I always love telling the story about how like no joke. Less than 5 years ago, the concept of me even speaking in a room with 4 other people in this way I would have been like, no, thank you. I can't. There's no way. I'm a ginger, so like my face doesn't get red. Like my whole body gets red. I was like, oh my gosh, just like the stage fright and the lack of confidence. And that's one big reason why whenever I'm talking to like a budding artist, I'm like, you can get past it. And like that barrier that feels like death to you, like yeah, maybe it will be like a pseudo death of this version of you that is stuck in that fear, but on the other side of it is so much life that I could not have fathomed in high school or when I was younger, and dealing with all of those insecurities. Because if you told little Krystal that her job would be to confidently speak to a camera or to strangers and like share her work and her soul with the world, I probably would have fainted. She would have been like, no way, Jose. That's not going to happen. And that's another big medicine of art that I am really appreciative of.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let me take a moment to reflect on this. Huh?
We're giggling back here.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, there's so many backstories.
Oh, that's awesome. I don't know. I don't even know what to ask. It's like,
Don't worry.
Just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
don't ask.
this is so cool.
Another poem.
Very. You have such a presence, like the energy, and I'm just describing like how I'm feeling right now. You know, it's definitely something that I don't wanna. I don't know, for some reason I like. It's like a very beautiful. I don't know even how to explain. It's just a thing to admire, like like about you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like.
Nathan, can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
I'm backstage. Is this your first interview with a female?
No. I've done interviews with her, but like she has energy, this northern like, I don't know. I feel like Vikings and like Arctic mountains, this very interesting energy that I'm like, this is so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm special.
Yeah. Very special.
Here.
No, it's all about the chemistry, right? Like of the elements, and like my elements are like acting interesting this time. Like I don't think I've ever felt it like this in terms of like when I did the podcast, and it's interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you for speaking to it. Yeah. Yeah.
So do you realize when you walk in a room you have effect on people?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. That's a very interesting question. Nobody's ever asked me that before. Growing up, I always attributed it to my hair because from before I could speak, people would come up to me in public and like touch my hair and like stop my mom, like 3 years old. Like they would just come and like grab my hair. And I have memories of like, you know, being in middle school and like meeting my best friend's dad for the first time, and he like walks up to me and just grabs my hair from both sides. He's like, "Whoa," and I'm like, "Hi, sir."
Wow.
And as I got older, it got weirder and like creepier. But
Wow.
I before
Talk about that.
No. I actually have exactly similar experience.
Yeah.
For some reason, when I sometimes when I feel see people for the first time, they want to come closer to me all the time, and I almost feel like I'm taking their place because they want to be in that place where I'm at all the time.
absolutely.
And then it's a weird feeling. It's a very weird feeling, especially the people that don't know me. Like the very first reaction is like they want to come closer and almost take my space. I'm like, all right, I'll give you your space. You know, that was
Yeah. 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 So I always like make people notice me because of my red hair. But then as I like grew into myself and into what I do as an artist, but as a human being, you know, just like who I want to be and show up in the world, I definitely think I embody a lot of willingness to be vulnerable, and I do my best to share my truths, even though like in day-to-day conversations that might not be like what you would expect. It's like somebody to like get into it, into like what life is, and in that like yeah, I tend to have an interesting effect on people. I remember the only time I've ever been in therapy, and we're talking to my therapist, and she was like, none of my other clients are like you. We just kind of talk. Like I just have a high level of awareness, I think. And so like with that, I don't have any classical training with acting. I just kind of like went into it. And I've always been like hyper aware of the people around me and the human condition. And that helps me with all of my arts and also makes me kind of like a sore thumb in most environments, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
I can relate to that. I think I can relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also feel like sometimes like when I walk in like the meeting rooms, I can change the atmosphere inside the room. If I feel like if I feel grumpy, I can just sit there and just like an atmosphere will be tense, you know, like everybody would be.
Absolutely.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
That's weird. Even though like I'm not a executive for anybody, you know, I'm just like a foot soldier type of a person, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I think we do all have impact in that way, and I think some people are just more aware of that,
More aware of that.
impact. Do you know what I mean? Because like we're not just what we see of each other. You know, our words and the way we are feeling can be measured. There's like scientific ways to measure our emotions and like how they entangle with other people, and even before that, like you can tell. Like you walk into a room, somebody just died, and that it is heavy, it is palatable, it is like something you experience viscerally, even though there's not anything physically that we can see. And the same with joy. You can walk into a room and like somebody just got great news, or the person that you're close with or not close with is like, oh my gosh, this just happened, and it like affects us so legitimately. And I think for those who are aware of themselves and like of that impact, we become, I guess, more in control of it, possibly, or could just at least see the way our little pebble ripples in the pond.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is neat.
Do you believe in magic?
Absolutely.
Do you think you have magical abilities? Or if there were magical abilities, what would that be?
Well, oh, man. So I swear to God, I saw somebody move a cup the other day, and I thought, like with their mind, and I lost it. Like I was like, no way. And
No, sign me
I was
up.
like, it really threw me for a loop, which is funny because I've always like believed in believing, if that makes sense. Like I'm like, yeah, magic's real, but you don't like.
When you experience
But then you see it, you're like, no, they're messing with me. Like, that can't be real, you know? I think...
Did you feel like nauseous a little bit? No?
No, not
Okay.
nauseous.
Okay.
It was more like, I was like, there was like a lack of trust. I was like, there's no way you're not fucking with me right now. Like, I was like,
okay.
and then I was like dealing with just my belief in reality in general. Because I saw it. I know I saw it. But I look back and I'm like, but was that real?
Yeah, it's still hard to believe.
Yeah, even when you see it. They're like, I'll believe it when I see it. But
I also maybe think like the magic they show on TV is not at all like magic that could be like real magic because it works in its own ways. Yeah. So like if you're expecting something like levitation or moving stuff, that's probably not how how really cool magic works. You know?
yeah. No,
Yeah.
I do. I think I get what you're saying. Absolutely, yeah. I think there's so much we don't understand about the way everything works, and one really great way to define it is like it's either understandable or it's magic. And I think there are amazing, like unfathomable forces in the world that act in ways that our brains can't comprehend, and that's what we call magic, which kind of like might take the like wind out of the sails of magic in general. But I think we have so much more power than we understand, which I also think is what is like so attractive about like wanting to have magic or like wield magic, is we want to see that we have that like power and impact in the world in that like mystical way.
What if people are magic?
I think they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really
and
do.
every person is a character. Like he can like throw you, like you said, in the loop or like for experience,
Yeah.
just to explore the world.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, I think, I think we have so much more control and power than we realize in the world. And I think that can show up in really, really magical ways. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. And like, before I decided to be an artist, I was a science major. So I was really keen on like saving the environment.
Okay.
And
Sustainability.
absolutely, yeah. And we label all of these things in the world, and then we call that understanding. But it's not. Like, just because you know what a mitochondria does doesn't mean that like the fact that we are a trillion cells moving on this like rock in space, and like you plant a seed and it comes out as a fruit, like that is mind blowing. And we make all these things that are truly magical sound mundane by putting them in a textbook with all these made up words that say like, I understand the process. Like, do you like?
Isn't something like Occam's razor type of thing? Have you heard about the concept?
I have, but I don't have the definition.
It's
in
like
mind.
basically you just cut everything out that is not measurable. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or something like along the lines.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
to-
Yeah, totally. No, I think we intellectualize it, and it's like we turn like pixie
You
dust
you
into...
capture the function, but you don't capture the essence. Something like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Occam's razor is very useful to, calculate things, achieve things with, and then record them, generate data, that kind of stuff, right?
Totally. Yeah.
But when
Which
you
like
fully
magic can't be
experience
in
it,
that.
yeah, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And therefore, for scientists, magic doesn't exist, right?
yeah.
Until they reach the final level when they're like ran out of options to explain certain things, and they're like, all right, magic exists.
Totally, totally.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So there's this funny meme I saw the other day. Basically, wearing glasses is basically smart people reducing their resolution. That's why they wear glasses. And then and then one person goes on the comments, and Stephen Hawking turned off all of his background processes only to think like maximally, use his processing power.
Okay.
I thought that was funny.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. All right. So we're at 25 minutes. How was the experience?
Rad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Sounds good. You want to take a break?
Sure.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you very much. Bay Vibes, 20 minutes segments. All right. Cool. Thank you very much. Huh? I don't know. I couldn't bring up conspiracies with her. Her experience is way different. Huh? Yeah. All right. Come on in, guys. You're up.
I need a cigarette break. There's so much pressure on my back.
Oh, what?
Nothing.
All right. Yeah. Okay, so now you have the experience with the headphones. You don't
Yes.
have to wear the headphones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mostly because this hat makes it impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah. We definitely don't have to continue on unless you have more questions for me. I just wanted something for that.
Yeah, that's cool. But you
retro
got the
camera.
shot. That's cool.
Yeah, this is
I
fun.
see it. Looks
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Looking good. Do you feel you're in your element?
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
it's something like from the north, right?
Yeah, totally.
People
I'm just
wear.
like, "Her."
Yeah. Nice. Does it give you certain energy?
Yeah, I think so. I recently started listening to more Celtic music.
Okay.
And I have a friend who's both black and native. And so we have a lot of like race conversations, a lot of like cultural conversations. And it's really fun to like draw the parallels between Celtic northern lineage and native lineages. And I've never, like, when I was younger, I always felt very, like, almost displaced. Like, when you're white in America, it feels like you don't have culture. Like, you're just, like, stuck in this weird gray zone that's, like, both terrible and racist and uncultured. Like, you don't have anything to, like, find roots within. And
Pan Pantoja is having fun.
I think that would be Z.
That's Z for
That
sure.
sounds like Z.
Yeah.
But listening to Celtic music, even though I don't understand it, like they're speaking in like Irish and Scottish Gaelic, it feels like home.
You get the feeling.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, like my tongue wants to do that.
It's in your DNA.
Yeah, and it's such a cool experience to know that there's like home that I don't know yet. There's home that like I can discover. There's home that is like within me that has nothing to do with what I've yet experienced.
You know what's funny also? Over the years,
Mm-hmm.
like your DNA is like imagine it's DNA as a code, right?
Yeah.
So it'll start new programs from the past because you have that information.
Yeah,
You- you
absolutely.
understand?
Yeah, totally.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the day, my grandparents used to say, well, if you like leave outside of your like country,
Mm-hmm.
they say your ancestor will call you, and I'm like, how would they call me?
Oh, they call them.
Yeah, how would they call you?
Yeah.
You know, and then when I turned like 37, I felt it like in my like a DNA or something. Like
Yeah.
some program is just start rising. Like ancestors are calling me.
Absolutely. No, and I relate to that so much
Yeah.
because like I grew up in the desert, right? Like my skin doesn't like it, my hair doesn't like it. I burn in the sun. Like I was not like biologically prepared for the Nevadan desert. And that is where I've lived my entire life aside from 4 months of an escapade of a young child in love. And every time it like when we were coming over the pass today to get to you, it was misty, and I was like, I want to listen to like misty mountains, and I want to think about like Lord of the Rings, and I want to imagine like.
But
this-
you go up to the mountains once in a while, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah, absolutely. No, the mountains there, like they hug you. I feel like it's such an integral part of my like what I write and what I paint is that like the mountains are there to like hold you. But I do feel like this really strong call to get to Scotland and Ireland and see like the Northern Isles and like understand where a lot of my DNA comes from. And I feel like
It
that
comes
is
from the Scottish.
I've never done the
actual,
DNA thing, and my older sister that's on my father's side and my mom has done it. So like there's a lot of Irish, Scottish, and then my mom is like 60% Norwegian. So I definitely feel like I'm some child of like the Viking, Irish, Scottish meeting. And I've always been really interested in that, like fairies and fairy tales and folklore and just like greenery and misty mountains and all of that goodness. And listening to proper Gaelic music, I'm like, oh, I don't understand this even a little bit, but it feels right. It feels like where I'm supposed to go. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the stuff like that feels
No, when
right
you started
for
doing
me.
that, I was like, that's so cool. I've never seen that in person.
But this is like one of the ancient ones, so it maybe even take you even further back,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, absolutely.
Because like every culture has that, not only our culture.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
For me, since we were nomads, right? Basically, open space
Yeah.
is my vibe. You know, like very open space. I want to like. So it's like imagine like if your soul
Yeah.
has these like has this, you know, like how do you say, the aura, right? You can feel things like so like you can if you go to like through the woods, you can feel like your soul is like interacting with the woods.
Yeah.
But when you go out in the open, like your soul expands like all the way. It's like
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
So that's the feeling I grew up with when I was little. It's like like the world is like I'm
Yeah.
like part of it, like big, like you can actually physically feel how big of this vastness of the space
Yeah.
around you because of the super flatness. You probably felt that probably somewhere in Nevada too, like if you go to outside the very space.
Yeah.
But some people grew up in the mountains. They love the comfort of the mountains too. I love the mountains. They're very like they're grand. I can feel that
Yeah.
this.
Do you like astrology at all?
grandness. Sure.
Yeah.
I double with that for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have 4 placements in Capricorn. So
4 placements. So like means like your solar, moon.
So you have 12 placements altogether.
Okay.
Yeah. And so like conceivably you could have all planets in your like you do have all planets in your chart, like your big chart.
Capricorn.
But Capricorn is known as like the father archetype, and so that's very like grounding. It's an earth element, so I lead a lot with like in our first conversation, you were like, I feel like I should just like witness this and like give space to it. And a lot of people experience that with me is that like I come in so like like earth serious, this is what's happening, like and I witness it, and sometimes I'm like, should I reel that back? And then I'm like, no, like that's part of what I bring to the world is this like very earth grounding, like father, not in like the weird distorted Christian father archetype, but like in the like safety, in like the mountain, in like their structure to exist within, right?
And you know, when I say coldness, is in a good sense, you know, like
Yeah.
you bring that like
Yeah, exactly.
you know? Yeah.
Yeah, and like my whole life I've struggled with like that like wanting to be more like my Gemini friends that are like feisty and fun and like kind of chaotic and like a little bit sexy and like all of these things that like I know I can be and sometimes I am, but in a lot of ways I just hold that polarity of this very serious, very grounded, like we're good, we're here, we're rooted, we're like super deep rooted, like we're like elm rooted, like there is space here, and I just identify so much with that.
Capricorn is January, right?
Yeah.
Okay, January.
Yeah.
Okay. My
Yeah.
sister is Capricorn.
Okay, cool.
And I'm Aries.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
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 It has its own things.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
the fun part about Aries is like when you see another Aries, you like by default like I understand what
You're
you're
like,
going
word.
through.
Yeah. That's what
understand.
it's like to see another ginger in the room.
Yeah.
Like
Oh.
there was
okay.
there was this trend on TikTok recently. I got 11,000 followers on TikTok.
Nice.
Because there was a trend that said all gingers are black. On TikTok, which yeah, like your eyes got big, but it's like, oh god, you're like touching on that topic that's
okay,
like,
okay, no, it's fine.
yeah,
I'm just interested in what you're gonna say, you know.
But it was really cool because my whole life I've always connected a lot with people of African descent, and like in contrast, my sister who is blonde, like we're twins, you know. So like I grew up with
You
a
have a
twin.
twin
I have a
sister?
twin sister.
Wow.
And so it's really cool contrasting comparative like tool to have somebody that grows up within like the same stage as you throughout life, especially in like a super hyper aware like communicative family. But yeah, so like there was this trend saying that all gingers are black, and then there was all of this content being created showing like honestly like the similarities of growing up as a black person in America or the Western world and as a ginger in that same space. And like there's a lot of interesting similarities. Like there's a lot of lineages where people of red hair descent were indentured slaves. Instead of being in the fields, they're stuck inside the house. And then also like in like modern
They used
culture,
to burn them.
Huh?
Right? They used to burn like.
Oh yeah,
red
no,
hair.
it was very much like my mother was legitimately the redheaded stepchild. Like she dealt with a lot of abuse and being told that she was like very legitimate abuse, like awful things that she experienced. And
But
like,
have you heard that people used to burn red-haired people?
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was considered the sign of the devil, and like they,
okay.
yeah, and like there was a saying, it's like the redheaded stepchild, the stepchild that was abused.
Stepchild.
And like my mom was legitimately a redheaded stepchild that like she her hair was cut shorter than her brother's in the 80s, and like that was before it was cool to be lesbian, like you know what I mean, like. And
In the 80s, you gotta be all curly and like,
yeah, no,
crazy.
yeah, and like growing up, my mom was like, don't cut your hair, like you're allowed to be this great redheaded person, you know. But she grew up very much getting the reverse of that. And like we mentioned like the first time we spoke that like I people coming up and being like, oh my god, your hair, and like touching your hair.
They were just
and people do that still to this day.
That's
like I get that
crazy.
all the time, and I'm like, I'm a full grown woman, and people are like, I'm gonna touch you because your hair is unique. And black women experience it a lot with their froze and their kinky hair, that people are like, oh, can I touch that? And it's like, no, like, I'm a human being. Like, why would you think, like, just because it's interesting, you haven't seen it before, that you get to just, like, touch me because it's curious
That's
to you?
crazy. And it's almost like involuntarily just reaction of people, right? Just,
Yeah, and that's also another thing to it, because, like, I've always had a lot of compassion for it because it is interesting, and it's unique, and it's, like, new to this world, and that's where it diverges, too. Like, not all gingers are black. The fact of the matter is that, like, I have benefited from white privilege a lot in my life, and beauty privilege. Like, I didn't accept the fact that I was beautiful till very recently, but knowing that I fit into the social constructs of what it means to be beautiful in America and in the Western world makes my life easier. And I know that. I know that now. And my whole life, I've always been very kind and very, like, wanting to make sure everybody feels included. And, like, my friend group in high school was always, like, the mismatched group of people that, like, didn't have a place to be. And that'll always be true. And I think that's one piece that's always missed, too, in, like, the privilege conversations, is that, like, it's not like it's bad. It's just that everybody deserves that privilege. Everybody deserves the benefit of the doubt. Everybody deserves to be believed in just inherently because they exist. And I do my best to extend that to everybody, and that's definitely where that diverges, like, from this funny TikTok trend, which made me feel very included and very validated in my friend group, and the fact that, like, I very much resonate with the experience of people of color, and knowing that I'm also a white person who's also falls, like, people tell me all the time I should be a model, and that's what I do for part of my living. And that gives me a lot of leniency and a lot of grace in this super claustrophobic economy that, like, we're all striving to survive within. That, like, I'm very fortunate because I fall into this, like, standard, I get more opportunity than other people get. But it is really fun. This all started with, like, Celtic and, like, root lineages.
yeah,
to, like,
and then
remember
ended up like,
yeah. I was like,
but that,
yeah.
people tend to start like talking about what they want to talk about, right?
Yeah. Well, and, like, I think it's all connected, you know, like, I remember my home, and then I remember that everybody else has a home, and, like, some people just, like, came in and fucked up that home, and I'm like, we all have roots that really matter, and we all also inherently, like, we all deserve to feel like we fall into, like, the beauty standards of the world. We all deserve to feel like we have a home that we inherently get the benefit of the doubt from. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I mean, being beautiful is a tough place too, right? Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like
No.
imagine like there is this social interactions, right? And there could be like, but then the beautiful person comes up and like everything changes.
Oh,
And
yeah.
but you want to be part of that interaction, but you never get that because you get a special treatment.
Totally. No, like
Huh?
even just like
Uh-huh.
like Z giving you shit because he's like, how many conversations with women have you had?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And what you were speaking to is like what I believe and I think is what your intention was, is that like
Mm-hmm.
I do my best to hold a valuable space that's worth listening to. Like the words that I speak have value. But he was giving you shit like, you're in front of a pretty chick. Can you handle
Ah.
this? You know? And it's funny, and I love Z, and like it gives a lot of energy to like my, again, very Capricorn, dense, serious conversation. But there's a lot of situations in which I'm in that I know my intellect, my wisdom, my prowess, my uniqueness as a soul, as a human being, isn't witnessed as much as the fact that I have copper hair coming out of my head. And like, I feel super lucky. Like, I wouldn't be in the entertainment industry if I wasn't noticed so much as a child. And I know that for a fact because it's a really hard industry to be in. And I wouldn't have just like volunteered myself for that if I didn't like get asked all the time if I was doing it, and kind of like ushered into that space. But yeah, as like somebody who fits that beauty standard, there is a lot of times where it's almost like my mind, my soul, my integrity, the things that I'm bringing to the world aren't witnessed as much as the fact that I fit into that like that golden ratio that is super arbitrary.
That's rough, right?
Yeah.
You want to prove that you have a lot more to to share.
Yeah.
But people only take what they want to see, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and I think the harder battle is also like within oneself, because I, as a young woman, held so much value in being perceived as beautiful and sexy and like attractive. And I think a lot of women experience that regardless of if they quote unquote fall into that standard. And I can't imagine where we'd be as a society if young women were taught that their intellectual prowess, their belief, their soul, their wisdom, their connection to the earth, like all of these things that kind of weave into a culture and a way of thought that is worth protecting, for like the masculine to come in and be like, oh, I'm going to protect this woman or this train of thought or this like this gift to the earth. If young women were taught like, oh, it doesn't matter what your waist size is or your bust size or your hair color or how clear your skin is, but rather like how fiercely you stand up for love and connectedness and health and wisdom, we as a society would benefit so much more from that train of thought rather than like the individualized insecurity of thinking that I need to be the most attractive person in the room to have value. Yeah, because like in a face-to-face interaction, I think because I do my best to be a person of integrity and bring in my truth and my wisdom, that like in the same room with somebody who's like so drunk they have no way of like navigating who they want to be and who they are being and saying vulgar things to other women, they'll come to me and be like, am I enough? And I'm like, absolutely. Thank you for holding space for these artists. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for bravely interacting with life. And they're like, you made me feel like I have value. So like I don't face-to-face experience a lot of insensitive or disrespectful things, and I think that's just because of how I hold myself. When I was younger, I used to think that meant that I wasn't attractive. I was like, these other women are like trying to get grabbed by the pussy, and like people aren't trying to do that to me, so obviously I'm not
That's
pretty.
Good. That's cool.
You know? But yeah, I think it's just like a misconception of what shows value. And my hope would be to like for myself to just constantly remember that like I don't have to be the most sexy person in the room to be to be valuable in that room, and for young women to know that they don't have to fit into any societal standards to also come into a room and change that atmosphere like we spoke about, and like impact people in a way that is beautiful and like lets their soul expand, like they're in an open space like you were speaking about, because we get to choose what game we play as humans on this earth. And like right now we're playing all these really tiny little like games, and we could be playing like I'm a creator. I'm powerful. I'm wild. I'm free, and I'm love, and I accept you and I accept me. And like, how do we just make sure our bodies feel good so we can continue enjoying what the human experience is?
We are spiritual beings.
Yeah.
Having what is it?
Human experience. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, you remember when you, in your poem, you said you can do it, right? So, if you think about it, right, you can do it implies the drama.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Where, have you ever, experienced singularity?
Explain more.
So it's like when you feel like you're very singular with the world.
Okay.
Like you basically all knowing, all powerful, all existing like this being. Have you ever experienced that for slightest of the moments?
I have another poem that I would love to read to you. In
Yeah.
relation
So
to
that implies that you are, right? But we're experiencing this drama, and it's better to go with you can do it. But some gurus say you are, right? You can go with the part like I am, and you can experience that. But you know what's the one piece about that? When you experience singularity, it's boring because it's no drama.
True. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you get into the philosophical debate of that all pain is part of that human drama of just experiencing the range of what we can experience on Earth. And it's are we only here to be I'm at ease? Or are we here to be oh, that's awful, and then that's amazing, and I didn't know I believe and that drama of this strong polarity, because you can experience everything you want.
It's you put into this limited self type of place, and then you need to expand the boundaries that this world you create for yourself, right?
Totally. Absolutely.
Yeah. But there's still these tangible things, right? If you put your hand on the fire, you get burned, right? Some people are more resistant than others, right?
It's true.
But still, the higher the temperature, chances are every human being could get burned. So there are these things, these boundaries.
Which has to do with this plane too, though. When I was 8 years old, there was some Disney Channel movie, and it had to do with it was Brenda's song, and she was meditating to get her powers or whatever. I went to my mom, and I was oh my god, she did all these things, and she looked at me, and this is something that stuck with me my whole life, is that if you believe in something as much as you believe there is oxygen to breathe in the air, it is true. And it goes into those things that yes, this is solid for us right now, but on an atomic level it is not even remotely. And in that we live in a plane with these laws, but that's just a plane with these laws. It is not a definitive all planes exist within these laws. It is just right now what we are experiencing within our perspective and our belief system. This is what we're experiencing.
It's interesting, humanity's belief system brings us here.
Yeah.
Really?
We're sitting here in a podcast, talking about the philosophies of life, drinking a little bit of tequila,
But it's interesting. How did we end up here? Well, what makes us like you said, this is almost like a belief system, and this is a table.
Absolutely.
You and I agree.
We agreed that this is a table, and that we can set our stuff on it, and it's not going to fall through.
Bro, it's
but
so
on an
weird,
atomic
right?
level,
Why?
there is more space here than there is table.
we call this a microphone, and you and I like agree that this is a microphone.
Yeah, and
but it's like why?
But yeah,
like
yeah,
why?
exactly. Again, back to the magic.
Yeah,
is that
yeah.
like that is make believe? We're living within the result of our make believe reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Like it's sometimes I think about it, like how did we end up like in this particular scenario, just like this? Like this is
Wild.
people are weird.
Well, and I think it's so good to like revel in the fact that like your present moment is an absolutely wild experience. Because I think just like my younger self thinking that like everything I experienced was very like what one should do and like how we should behave. And it's like, no, even in the most like behavioral like ways we can be, we're animals.
No.
In experience on a flying rock within space and all of these constraints that we think we understand, but we do not understand. And we're here alive. Like how weird is that?
Like Jubin would say, at the end of the day, you're just an animal, dog.
Exactly. We're just freaking wild.
Yeah.
That's just what we're doing.
Just an animal, dog.
Just
Oh man, Jubin is hilarious. He cracks me up. I couldn't like stop laughing when he was when I was podcasting with him. I couldn't stop laughing. Just like
yeah, he's a good. He's a funny dude for sure.
yeah, animated.
Absolutely.
Pixar.
Yeah.
He's at Pixar level animated.
Yeah.
You're Disney level animated.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah?
Thank you. At least I'm animated of some sort. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so cool. Awesome. Nice. Thanks.
I want to read to you a poem. Let me grab my-
All right. There you go. Could you grab water as well?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, let's hear a poem.
I know I can find it somewhere.
How do you like the Bay vibes?
The Bay vibes. This is good.
Yeah. Awesome.
So good. Is this it? Okay. So this one's called Lightning Blooms.
Mm-hmm.
The sun rises with reason in the morning, and I lie awake far too long to maybe hear the whisper of the moon. It's something lost in wandering, moments time doesn't even exist anyway, and I'm sweating now. Sweating with reason myself, reason to be here and a reason to leave here. I am soaked in the knowing that lightning blooms like spring in the darkness. Flowers cutting and cracking across the sky. Change is inevitable. I am change, and I am inevitable. I am blooming and cutting and cracking across this life, running from and to and nowhere all at once. I just crave these inevitabilities, these wild assurities, the truth so fibrous it must be drawn with 8 legs in silk to connect those bursting flowers in the night sky, constellations or webs or knowledge, largeness or smallness or all at onceness. So with salt sticking to my skin and reason clinging to my mind, I move to rise with the sun, to forego my craving for the moon and meet the sunburns where they feel best, in adventure. I rise and I wander into my day like this day is an entirely different kind of day than the days I've had before. Like my senses have grown to understand texture as if it tastes something sweeter. As if colors could sing melodies from planets we have yet to discover. As if screaming has become the very best breathing. As if walking is the lovemaking my body has been craving. I rise with sweat and chaos and the burning desire to understand the fire that is living in this life. And thank fucking God I rise. Because there are moments when I forget to love the way salt burns in my eyes. I forget how amazing it is to burn it all, to ache and to want and to get and to need to live. Sometimes I convince myself of inevitabilities that bury me, untruths that I will never get where I'm going, or simply that going isn't where I am going, whispers without silver or magic, just the deadness of a sky without hyacinth or aster, no silk, no connection, hunger with the certainty that I will never be fed, a series of inevitabilities that simply sink me. But today I decide to imagine that my home would feel so much better without a ceiling, to let the rain wake me up in the morning. I imagine that the sun and the moon have a plan for me, not a righteous one, but a sensational one with contrasting confusion so beautiful. I don't care to find the answer, no right way, just anyway, just permission to play, just living another day. And it's exactly what I am searching for. In the moments so dark, I forget to pray for spider webs. In the minutes I hold my pain so close, it builds walls around me. Memories of faces that I am determined to keep vivid. Wounds so old, I need knives to get back into them. In those moments, all I am hoping for is to remember why the sun rises, or how the moon whispers, and what she says when she believes in her light too. All I am wandering and seeking for is the energy to see this world for what it truly is. Something wildly incomprehensible.
Wow. I felt it.
Good.
I felt it.
That's all I want. That's all I want. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for awesome energy.
Yeah.
I think we definitely vibed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
we definitely vibed.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
that's what else can you ask for?
Totally.
Yeah, especially. I can't wait to watch this. Yeah, this is like every single podcast, like one after another, it just becomes my favorite.
Good.
So I'm looking forward to this one.
Right on.
Very interesting. I was thinking after Jubin, I need to post like feminine energy. You know, like I need these both energies.
Something to kind of pull, yeah, because he's definitely very
Alpha.
Alpha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I consider myself more like a Sigma. So that's why I don't cling to that, kind of stuff. Like I want to comment on the stuff like you see a pretty chick and you can handle it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's about that. I'm more of like on an energy level. Like I feel cool energy.
Yeah.
I want to experience it, and like I got stumbled. I was at a loss for words, so that's cool. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
But now like we're kind of like the next stake.
Yeah.
You put a hat. We're already vibing, so I think we got some cool stuff. So
Absolutely.
thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. Welcome to the Bay Vibes.
Hey.
Yep.
Hi, boys.
We had
BVs.
to,
How are you
we had
guys
to
doing?
find a place to stay. I
Yeah.
think we found one.
Okay.
You did?
It's about 30 minutes away.
30
Nice.
minutes away? There's no hotels closer than that?
There's something going on in Palo Alto right now that the prices are
Ridiculous.
Insanely ridiculous.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
skyrocket like for no reason.
That's
But
too bad.
They do that when there's like some kind of like convention here or something.